can I do? You return. Well, the Primos has not graced the ears of his subjects in ages. What has he said to you? The Circlet of Arcanes. And Anakatos expects me to lead you to it? Has his reclusion left him senseless? Has he forgotten his history as well as his... I will meet you in the crypts, in the undersewers of the city. Let us deal with this as quickly as possible. We can find it in the crypts beneath the city's sewers. They are old structures, forgotten as the city was built above them. Farewell.
We thought the gods had brought us here to show their compassion, but all we have known are tragedies.
Greetings, Beckoned. Are you here to debate?
The Beckoned? Do you seek to debate? You should speak to Master Onesimus to arrange one. We would be thrilled to hear a lecture given by the Beckoned. Goodbye, Beckoned. I wish you well.
Have you seen the...
Are you in need of medical assistance? I know the healing arts.
Be careful if you choose to debate.
You are the beckoned. Are you in need of medical assistance? I know the healing arts. Enjoy the debates.
Keep close. There are worse things than marauders in these lower tunnels. They have lurked these walls for decades, raised along with the city years ago. Let us be quick about this. There. That is the artifact you seek. The Circlet of Arcanes. By taking it, Arcane's grave becomes an empty tomb. Let us depart. Onakatos has had his fun with me, and there is nothing left to plunder. It is nothing I can share with you, Beckoned. It is not worth your time. I always thought that were I to come to Arcace's crypt, it would be because of the work of gods alone. And here I am, by the will of none but Onakatos, flesh and blood. I cannot! I will not! Even after all these years, he has not forgotten his brand of viciousness. He knows I must obey his command. I apologize for my outbursts. However, it can be hard to let convictions go. But we must. We must. Take the circlet back to Onakatos. He is most likely waiting for you. Farewell. No one comes down here anymore. It is left to ruin, for the Colossi have no more need of these halls, or those interred within them. How many years did our masons toil to assemble this place? And look at it now. How easily we discard the labors of our past. What is it?
Welcome to the Idylla Market, Beckoned. Can I interest you in a freshly honed weapon? Fare you well, Beckoned.
The Beckoned! Welcome, Beckoned. Any who explore the teeth of Naros should not do so without my wares. I have potions for every need. Can I interest? Do you see any armor in my stock you approve of? I handcraft all of my work. Watch your step up here in the concourse. It is a long way down.
The finest magical craft. I am sure you shall find something in my stock to your liking, Beckoned. I will be here if you need.
Dealing with gems is a specialty of mine.
What can I do for you, Beckoned? Farewell.
bear the Circlet of Arcanes, then the wreath is almost complete. The foundation is gold with runes of prayer, as I said. Now, it must be woven with blood and toil. The colossi furnish the foundation, and nature furnishes the trappings. The laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Teryx veins. Once they are ours, once the wreath is complete, the ritual of atonement can begin. I take it you have encountered a Teryx before. Likely the mongrel, carrion-eating scavengers that plague us. They are a common foe. We seek the veins of the Alpha Teryx. They are fierce and proud, all that is wild and savage in nature. To prove to the gods the righteousness of our faith, then we must conquer a mighty foe. They will serve. The gods sent you to bear witness to our atonement. To do that, we must complete the Wreath of Absolution. The wreath is made from the large feathers, the veins of the Teryx Alphas. They live in eyries to the south. Very well, Beckoned.
Must be the Beckoned. Anakatos walks among us, and the citizens are awed. This act seems small to you, Beckoned.
In the youth of Amalur lived the Uranos, existing from the hill lands alone. They held not the blessings of the gods, and so were blinded to their own potential. We lived in ignorance among the savage people. We wasted the gifts of the gods ourselves. We are here. That is good. I feel hope stirring in my veins once more. It is the prospect of reconciliation that has granted me a second youth. Come. We must kill the alphas of each eyrie. With their veins in hand, we shall fulfill the gods' wishes. The Terex eyries lie in the wilds of the Teeth of Naros, to the south of the city. We need not look far to find what we seek. But while there are many lesser Terex here, we seek only the plumage of their strongest and brightest. These are the true challenge. Very well, Beckoned. Feel my wrath! Feel Balin's embrace! Thus we begin. And as we harvest these trophies, you shall learn the journey the Colossi have taken to get here. Once we were but savages, no better than the other giant kin. We were called Myru, and to that identity we were chained, until one day, Athene spoke to us. She spoke of a destiny and greatness that was not ours, but could be. She showed us the path of ascension, and we followed it here, to the Teeth of Naros. No, we are far from the homeland of our ancestors. Undoubtedly the gods wished us to renounce our savage history. It was necessary. Though the Jotun and Etin once regarded us as kin, they grew jealous of us, of the strength we gained from the gods' favor. Tensions rose to war. It was a sign from Athene to my people to seek a new homeland, where the bounty of her wisdom could be harvested eternally. Very well, Beckoned. Feel Balin's embrace! Feel Balin's embrace! Come. The circlet must be... We wandered the Teeth of Naros in search of the homeland we were promised. And when hope seemed lost,
We found the Hyperion. It was a divine artifact. No mortal hand could have crafted it, a massive stone, alone in the wilderness, with the image of a floating city engraved upon its surface. At the city's heart was the Hyperion itself. We knew then Athene was tasking us to craft this wondrous city, to form a covenant. But we betrayed that ideal. To test our worthiness, the gods have strewn throughout Amalur riddles, puzzles, and challenges. Answering them demonstrates our greatness. The Hyperion is one such challenge. Perhaps the greatest of them. And though we discovered it years before, we still do not have the answer. Very well, Beckoned. Feel Balin's embrace! Feel Balin's embrace! Feel my wrath! In the end, the city rose, but the Hyperion did not follow. The heart of the city remained unmoved. That we could not abide. My predecessor, Arcanes, sought to force the Hyperion up, but the Hyperion rejected him, killing him and his followers, and sealed itself away. Our work here is concluded. Since you seem to favor the arts of magic, take these. I used them once. May they guide your meditations. I must make the gods see that my people can be redeemed for the faults of Arcanes. With the wreath in hand, I can conduct a ritual of atonement. As you bear the cipher, the conduit to the gods, you will bear witness. Come. We must conduct this ceremony at the site of our original transgression. Let us go to the Hyperion. If it will not, then why were you brought to me? To give pretense to salvation? To raise our hopes, only to crush them with failure? I know the gods of my forerunners. They would not flaunt the answer to their riddles without sharing it. Now come. The Hyperion awaits. Salvation.
Then, one Myru heard the whispered golden notes of the voice of wisdom herself, Athene. The goddess bid him to raise up his brethren, so they may know the favor of the gods once more.
We are Athene's chosen. We follow her path. Guide us to your blessed wisdom.
You have come, good. We stand in a ground once hallowed beyond all things, now tainted by the excommunication of my people. Ever since that terrible day when arrogance and desperation brought about the disfavor of the gods, my followers have tended this place. Now come. We shall go to the antechamber of the Hyperion, the very spot where the sins of the Colossi were answered. The antechamber is the flawed design of Arcanes. It was the means by which he sought to force the Hyperion to join the city. It was to do so using the spark of divine magic Athene placed into each of us, that these fragments combined would create a force equal to that of a god. Such power was never meant to be wielded by the unworthy. The energies struck back at Arcanes, and the many assembled in his chamber, killing them. The end of this awaits. Much was ruined in that dark hour. The magics holding the paths together were unbound. Only the cipher can reorder such magics. Press ahead and set the path. Finish this. This mural was to celebrate the great triumph of my people. The city floats, it is nothing without the Hyperion at its heart. If you were killed, again, we find the way barred. I'm afraid I need your help once more. Come. We must finish this. We are almost done, Beckoned. We have reached it. Beyond that stone is the Hyperion, the gift of the gods, the symbol of a covenant concluded. It rests out of reach, waiting for the day when the gods forgive our trespass, when they find us worthy again. Until now, I feared such a day would not come. We should begin. The gods visited this room once before. It seems only fit that you occupy their position. I will take my place where Arcanes once stood. Long before, Arcanes dared grasp the power of the gods and was judged according to his impudence. We act now as their analogues. In you, the gods visit this chamber once more. You shall stand where they appeared and made manifest their wrath. And I shall stand where Arcanes stood and bore the brunt of their imminent will. Come, Beckoned. Come, you have your position to attend to. The end of this awaits. Thank the gods! Praise be to them. After all this time, I bear witness to their confirmation. You have done so well, Beckoned, to bring the cipher to me and to let me use its strength. With you, I can do what Arcanes could not. Command the Hyperion. This chamber harnesses the magic needed to control the Hyperion. But before you appeared with the cipher, no force was sufficient. I knew that when we first met, when I first sensed the cipher, that I could unseal the Hyperion and command its power. Why else would the gods furnish you, whom I needed most in my lowest hour? I already do. You cannot know the agony of this decision. But I know that on this spot years before, the gods judged Idylla and its people unworthy. I will finally appease them. For I will use the energy of the Hyperion to destroy it. Once Idylla falls, I will forge from the ruins a people the gods approve of. I'm sorry. You must be a martyr to our cause, Beckoned. But it must be done.
He's not dead.
beckoned. What has happened? Why are Anakatos' acolytes attacking us? What is he doing with the Hyperion? Destroy Idylla? No! That zealous fool! Have the loss of his gods driven him to such despair to use the Beckoned and the Cipher for such ends? We must make our way from this place. We cannot stop Anakatos from here. Take this talisman. The Silent Choir acolyte who bore it won't need it anymore. Now let's move. How if we cannot reach him? And we can do nothing to stop him if his worshippers kill us here. We must make for the surface, and hope that there is time enough for us to deal with him. Farewell. Come, we are close to the surface. We cannot stop now. Be cautious in these lands. Come, we are close to the surface. Very well. Anakatos has sealed himself in with the Hyperion, and his Silent Choir will lay down their lives for him. I do not know what to do, Beckoned. I have defended my people from beasts and disasters, but nothing like this. Of course, I will not let Anakatos destroy my people because he believes the gods demand it. I know we have the strength we need inside of us, despite his claims. We are worth saving, even if the gods disagree. But Anakatos has sealed himself in the Hyperion antechamber. Without the cipher and knowledge of the Hyperion, we are lost. Anakatos was clever by exploiting your power. The cipher must be the key to unlocking the Hyperion, and he has broken it in his plan. But that is the one thing my people have been unable to do since we first came here. Only the Primos would know enough about the riddle for us to even try. Anakatos and his Silent Choir had a monastic retreat in the wilderness, Nixaros. If we need his knowledge, we best start our search there. It is an old portion of the city that was never raised up. It was supposed to be a shrine of quiet contemplation. Now it is the refuge of Anakatos' Silent Choir. The complex rests where it was first carved, in the Mountains of the Teeth. Farewell. We cannot waste time. There does not appear to be much here, but we have to be thorough. We should try near the Shrine of Athene. Anakatos prizes her above all else. I would wager he keeps his secrets with her. Very well. I won't.
I, Anakatos, make this record in penance for my disappointment of the supreme goddess Athene, in hopes that I may return to her favor, so that I could help my people find her strength once more. I have committed several acts that may have angered her, and now I purge myself of them so I might find her grace again.
Beckoned, not time. Seek Primus below.
I am afraid we have dishonored my master, Arcades. He is a pious man who has always sought to serve, and we use the power of his position to force us on the true path without his knowledge. Slavery, oppression, pain,
What is it?
all are used to mold them into what is deemed worthy.
Hold a moment. These are bodies of colossi. What are they doing here? Wait. I recognize some faces. Belfron. Armandia. These were great colossi, all viable competitors for the role of Primos at one time or another. I do not like the implications of this. What has Anakatos wrought? Farewell.
In this confession I shall tell of how my master was brought nearly to his death. Arcanes failed Athene in our mission to bring her servants to a devout state that would be worthy of her power and wisdom. At my behest, he sought the Hyperion force to the sky to earn our recognition. The ensuing eruption of Athene's wrath killed many, and nearly took dear Arcanes.
Trespassers, you are too late! The council already lies dying in the torture chambers, and the Jotun slaves will soon be butchered as the master ordered. Come, brothers and sisters, let us deal with these curs.
Here, I found these during the fight. I do not know what they once bound, but they might be of use to you. Now, we must decipher what that cultist said. But there are also the slaves. They will be killed if we don't save them. But if the council is dying, we must choose who we see to first. The council must be important. Something that could help us find a flaw in his plan, perhaps, or learn more about the cipher in the Hyperion. I do not believe so. The council is dying if Anakatos' dogs are to be believed, and the slaves are to be executed. I am unsure who we should be trying to help, but you are the beckoned of Athene. I must defer this choice to you. So decide. Do we go to the slave pens and help the slaves? Or do we go to the torture chambers to try to find Anakatos' council before it dies? Be cautious in these lands. I hear you. What is it? Ahead are the torture chambers, it seems. Anakatos is lies on his This room looks like the Hyperion antechamber. Is this where he conducts it?
Finally. Finally the day has come. The wait has been long, and nearly unbearable. But at last, you are here. Before my strength has fled me. Ever since the day I brought ruin to my people. I thought this burden was my punishment. It seems I have not survived for my sake, but for yours. It is a joy to see you beckoned. I have much to tell you, and I do not have much time left. It is what Anokatos calls me. For though his faith runs deep, his knowledge of the gods' will is malformed. You must have seen the travesties this false prophet has wrought in the name of my people. And now, the Hyperion is his. We must focus on the Hyperion. The gods brought you here because you can answer the riddle of my people's fate. You, and you alone. Yes, you and it both. For without you, the cipher cannot be of use. And without it, your power cannot be harnessed. For the riddle of my people's future is one the gods themselves cannot answer. Fate is obeyed by all. By all. Except for you. The power to change fate. That is the role of the beckoned. To serve the gods and unbind my people. But Anokatos schemes. Though he will not receive the favor of Athene, he is not ready for the Hyperion. He will bring destruction. It is too soon. But I have left the answers long before. Find Sikandra. Ask her about our last day. And tell her I am sorry.
Arcanes. I had always... Anokatos had him alive and tortured. I thought... I watched him die years before. All that was left of him was a circlet. A circlet. Our last day. The day... Could it mean the last day that I saw him? The last day we spoke, before the Hyperion tragedy. He asked me to escort him through the wilds, to the shrines outside the city, the shrines of earth and air. He told me to remember them when times seem bleak. I thought nothing of it, but could he have known about this? About now? I once thought that faith was what would ruin my people, the thing that would distract them from their happiness. But I see now, it is apathy. To not care for our people, that is Anakatos' sin. As I thought it was our cases before him. But this is so much larger. Larger than I ever thought. An Arcase. He always knew that I would be here. He must have always known. The task is clear. We need to... Ah! My head... Can you feel it? Something is wrong. This magic... Anakatos has done something. We must return to the city. We might be too late. Something grave has happened. I can feel it in my body. I fear Anakatos may have accomplished his goal. Be cautious in these... lands.
I struggle to keep sweet Arcase alive so that I may find in him the knowledge and power of the Primos, and in doing so can find the answer I needed to bring myself, my people, to perfection, to regain the goodwill of the great goddess. Thank Athene that my followers continue my work while I tend to my master.
The city seems intact, but still, the henge has already become disrupted. Anakatos has sealed us from the city. It is only a matter of time before he finds a way to destroy Idylla. We must find what Arcase spoke of, and quickly. Arcanes requested specifically that we go to the shrines of earth and air on the last day we spent together. They are two sites in the wilderness, touched by the gods, one in the peaks of the Teeth and the other in its canyon. These were called the shrines of earth and air. I thought nothing of them, but Arcanes knew. He must have known this day would come, when we needed them. I cannot say for sure, but there is more than coincidence here. That Arcanes showed these places to me, that he mentioned them as he died. But we have little else to act on, and with every moment the chance of Anakatos' calamity occurring grows greater. It rests in the teeth of Naros, but south of the Hyperion and the city. It is nestled between the great crags of rock that make these mountains. Farewell. What is it?
Beckoned, thou hast come.
These. I doubt that anyone has walked these halls since they were first shaped. I wonder if the words Arcanes spoke were true. I do not know for sure. When Arcanes came here with me years before, he said this of the Earth Shrine. The earth is dark and heavy, and dangers hide unseen. Accept the light in darkness, for it knows the way. A light in this gloom is welcome, but I would not wander too far off the path. Be cautious in these lands. can I do? Waits. Something feels strange beckoned. When you harnessed the Earth Shrine, my limbs never held more strength. You look more whole, and I can feel the magic pouring through this land already. We must be close. The Hyperion waits. It waits in the higher peaks of the Teeth of Naros. But I have a feeling that Anakatos knew that we would find them. I don't know how easy this will become, but we have to keep going. Farewell. Let us finish this. Time is at hand. The path opens once more. To think that all this time we had the answer to the Hyperion below our feet. That our road to Anakatos forced us to solve this riddle seems more than coincidence. I cannot say for sure it is different from the Earth Shrine. This place is thin and cold. But I remember the words Arcane said. To harness the air, you must walk on the wind. Somehow this shrine will make that true. Farewell. Let's finish this. Our final task waits. Yes, what do you need of me? Farewell. The cipher is whole again. As are you. We can unseal the Hyperion that we might stop Anakatos. And we've done so much more. I thought this all was to bring Anakatos to his judgment. But I was wrong. There is much more at stake here. Communing with the Hyperion beneath the city. We have to stop him while we still can. How long have we left Anakatos to his task? And Idylla still rests. What is he doing? Be cautious in these lands.
And so this Myru gifted them with Apothani heart, and the newly born Colossi found deliverance. And with the gods once more upon the mount, so did they surge towards the teeth of Naros, towards majesty.
Your prophet leads us to glory in your name. Blessed is the way of Kraos.
Let us finish this. Let us finish this.
finally come. For the good of my people. It is time we beckoned met and fulfilled our roles. You are not so ignorant as that. You are the avatar of Athene herself. I thought you had been sent to purge my people of their limitations, and I was right. But their chief limitation is not sin. It is fate. It is the fate of my people that must be changed, not their piety. That is what stands between us and grace. Our ordained savagery. Yes, the goddess had made much known to me, and most important of all, that I can die so my people may consecrate themselves. Yes, because I stand for the parts of my people that must be purged. Their savagery and violence. Once I thought my crimes just and necessary. If the gods could not abide them, surely I would find no success with such means. But I was beckoned to this nature, as you were to yours. Kill me before the Hyperion, and all will be freed of their ignobility. Justice will be swift. Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! Witness my strength! Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! Witness my strength! Feel Balin's embrace! Witness my strength! Feel my wrath!
You've done it. Anakatos has been killed. But that energy that came from you, it raised the Hyperion. Without its magic to support the structure, this whole temple is coming down. We need to get out of here. Be cautious in these lands.
It is done at last. The fate of Anakatos, the surrogate of all the Colossi savagery, has been shifted. And as his fate was shifted, so was the fate of all the Colossi. Gone is the taint of savagery and barbarism. Thy work for me has finished, Beckoned. Thou alone could do this, and as thou aided me, I am forever grateful. Thou hast freed this people, thee, Anakatos, Arcanes, Beckoned, all. And the last, your faithful companion, Secondra. I beckon now. Her people need a leader for the glory that lies ahead. Secondra will be Primos.
We made it. And you've seen what has happened. The Hyperion soars within our city. We can never thank you fully for your magic. One who wields the elements of Amalur with your ability needs robes to beget their skill. I hope these will serve. You have given us so much. I see the compassion and the influence the gods have had in my people's lives. My life. All along. What Arcane said to me on our last day together, what Athene said as we escaped the Hyperion Temple just now, these are no accidents. Your arrival, our meeting, Anakatos' betrayal and finding Arcane, these events were crafted intent. I see that now. And as you were beckoned to save my people, now I am beckoned to lead them. But I don't know if I can. I may for a time, but only until there is one more suitable to lead. I have no taste for the office. But while I can, I should give this to you. No reward could truly thank you for your service, but we must try nonetheless. Now, let us return to the city together, Beckoned. Let us see the fruits of your labor. Very well. I hear you.
I can help. Be careful out there, Beckoned. You are the greatest gift the gods have given my people. Farewell.
Everything you... Welcome to the Idylla Market, Beckoned. Can I interest you in a... Beckoned.
Yes?
Be careful here.
Blessings to you.
I can't believe it. After all this time, I finally made it here. And you did as well. We've reached the teeth of Naros. When I heard the cave-in, I thought that was the end of me. But here we are. Crawled, more or less. When I figured you weren't coming back, I thought that cave would become my tomb. But then I remembered that health potion you gave me. Saved my life. Couldn't help with the limp, but it gave me the strength I needed. I finally made it through the rubble and got my way here. Can you believe it? The giants are real. The city really does float. If only we could visit it. What? You have? You must have some incredible stories. Tell me of your adventure. What happened here? I'm all ears. So soon. Fascinating. All of it. This will make a grand tale. A grand story indeed. On myself to come up with a proper record of these lands. I think. I've thought about it. When I get better, I'm going to walk these lands, see as much as I can, and when I'm through, I'll write it all down. The world should know the wonders of this place, so I'll make sure I'll write it all down. It was good to see you.